y'all, what is good? My name is Morgan. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning. If you're new, welcome. This is Mo Life. We talk about life, love, health, relationships, all that good stuff. Today I am back on with some relationship game. By the title of the video, you can tell that it's going to be for the boys generally. If your girl is asking you to be more vulnerable in your relationship, I'm going to give you 10 tips for how you can work on that. So right off the bat, I want to say that this is not me coming at men at all. This is me understanding that in our society, men generally are not given the skills or the opportunity to express themselves, to be emotional, to be vulnerable. So a lot of times it's not really their fault that they are lacking in this area because they've never felt comfortable or never even had the opportunity to do it. So I wanted to come on, give some quick tips, easy small things that you can do to become more vulnerable and to kind of open that part of you up within your relationship. All right, so number one, I'm gonna bring this in with a concept that I've talked about before. If you've ever watched any of my other videos, I talk about the importance of what we consume, whether that is what we watch, what we read, what we listen to, who we surround ourselves with. All of those things impact who we are. Now, this relates to men and their vulnerability and their emotions, because if you're a man and you're watching a lot of violent movies, aggressive movies, you're listening to a lot of like aggressive songs, like trap, aggressive type vibe. If you're around people that don't allow you to be emotional, tell you to man up, tell you to stop being a bitch, tell you to stop crying, all of these things are going to contribute to how you act. If you're in an environment or you're consistently consuming messages and stimulation that has an aggressive tone, or are giving aggressive and not soft or vulnerable messages, what's that going to do to you? So my first tip is going to be aware of what you're consuming and then maybe set a limit. I'm not saying there's a problem with you listening to aggressive music or playing violent video games. It's more a matter of you becoming conscious of it and then maybe understanding or seeing in your real life how it's impacting you and how you're treating your girlfriend or how you're acting in your relationship. Number two, play some soft music, play some lovey-dovey music. Kind of put yourself on the opposite side of all that aggressive stuff and allow yourself to listen to some, some old school R&B, if you like that country love song, any of that stuff that's gonna put your emotions in your mind in a more, like soft vibe. You're just chilling, listen to a love song versus, I'm finna go hit a lick and smack a bitch. You know what I'm saying? What you consume, you will become. So try some more lovey-dovey stuff, try some more romance stuff, maybe watch a romantic comedy every now and then, but basically just consuming the opposite of what you normally are if you find yourself to be hyper aggressive. Number three, in your relationship, try to do one thing a week for your girlfriend that she usually does for you. So for example, if she always cooks for you, try to cook for her one time a week. Put yourself in her shoes and understand the type of work that it takes for her to prepare a meal for you two. If she always cleans, maybe once a week, you're cleaning, you're doing the dishes, you're making the bed, or whatever it looks like in your relationship, in your household. Try to just do the things that your girlfriend is normally doing once or twice a week, and just kind of get into that mode of like appreciation. And then maybe you can talk about like, damn, baby, I didn't realize how much work you put into cooking for us. Thank you. Like that's like a conversation or like an avenue that could go towards. And that's just going to help you be more vulnerable and then also help your girlfriend feel more appreciated. Right, number four, if you are bad at communicating with your words, try to communicate with writing or with text more. Not everyone is good at speaking. A lot of times, maybe our brains work faster than our mouths. I know I mumble, I stutter all of the time. I am not the best at communicating with my words at all. I am much more written. I think a lot of other people might also be as well. So if you find this to be true, you don't have to always communicate your feelings with your words if you know that that's not how you communicate yourself best. Start writing notes, maybe start texting how you feel, and then allowing that to turn into a conversation later. But just expressing your core feelings with words that you write down instead of always speaking can sometimes be really helpful. So you're being more clear about how you feel, and then you're being more thorough as well. Telling your girlfriend how you feel is gonna be a vulnerable thing, expressing your emotions, letting her in, seeing why this made you upset, seeing that you're upset. All of these things are gonna allow her to kind of see into your emotions, and it's you practicing expressing yourself, which over time will become easier, I promise. So just like small things like this to practice opening up. Most women aren't going to care how it's being communicated. They only care that you are communicating with them. Number 5, light some candles or some like essential oils. Get like an essential oil diffuser. Essential oils have been known to have a lot of different properties, calming, help with illness, help with moods, a lot of different things. So if you're just kind of putting these things in your environment and kind of, you know, relaxing your environment, it will impact you and how you act as well. Lavender is a good one. Peppermint's a good one. Chamomile is a good one. There's a bunch. You can just look up essential oil for when I'm stressed or when I'm angry, and like it will tell you the one you can get, and you can start taking like baths with it or putting it in your soap or just buying candles. So you're surrounding yourself with a different stimuli that's going to help calm you down and help kind of like chill out those aggressive behaviors and emotions. At number 6, journal or go to therapy. I know there's a huge stigma around men's mental health already, and I think it's going in the right direction with women and society encouraging men to seek mental health assistance. But honestly, I think a lot of times with men, you just don't feel comfortable sharing your emotions to somebody because of this persona or this mask you're supposed to have on. Going to therapy allows you to just break down that guard, because this is a total stranger. Nothing you say to them, anybody else in your life is going to know about. It's a safe place for you. I just recommend trying it. There's a lot of different resources. I know a lot of like BetterHelp is always on like my Google ads. Psychology Today is a really good resource. Just trying it and seeing how it feels, and really practicing opening up and talking about your feelings to somebody can be really helpful, and then can also help you translate that into your own relationship. Regarding journaling, it's kind of like a smaller step than therapy. It's, you know, just acknowledging your feelings and writing them down. It is okay to write your stuff down, to write how you feel. One thing I learned that also helps is just, let's say you're in like a really bad mood or you're really upset, writing how you feel is writing it all down, getting it all out, not holding back, and then immediately burning it afterwards. So like that allows you to release your emotions, process them by reading through it, and then just getting rid of it. So you can really just kind of like let go of what you were feeling instead of acting out in a way based on your emotions. Number 7 is read books on masculinity. There are a bunch of really good books out there. I recommend The Mask of Masculinity, and then I recommend The Way of the Superior Man. I read both of these books and it helped me understand men's point of view, but it's important for men to read it so that you can understand your nature and you can understand why you do certain things, why you're wired this way, why women do certain things too. Like, you're learning from both sides, but basically there's nothing sexier than a man who's confident in his own nature. And by you knowing this information, this will allow you to confidently step into your more vulnerable energy while still being secure and set in your masculine side, right? Everything's a balance. You don't always have to be hard. It's okay to, you know, flow into your feminine and be softer sometimes. It doesn't make you any less of a man. If you have that mentality, that's something that I would start to question. Like, if I do cry, am I really not a man anymore? No, one action doesn't define you. You being able to understand yourself better and kind of like come to terms with like how you are, and then like working through it will definitely help you become more comfortable in who you are, and then that will translate into your ability to be vulnerable, open up, all that good stuff. Piggybacking on that, number 8 is let yourself cry. Crying is one of the most healing things that human beings can do. All of our emotions get built up. They just sit in our chest or in our stomach, and they just build over and over again. And obviously men are taught not to cry. You know, stop being a bitch, man up, get up, shake it off, walk it off, all that stuff. But like, that's not good for you. Like, it is okay to cry. All of those tears are the emotions leaving your body. Your body is releasing all the tension, all the built up emotions. It's coming out, and it's supposed to, right? Like, you're not supposed to keep holding everything in. Like, what happens when you keep blowing into a balloon and don't let any air out? You pop, you explode. If you have a lot of problems with like really, really impulsive behavior, when you have a lot of emotions and you find yourself just snapping, that's because you aren't releasing other emotions that have been building up. By you doing things like crying, journaling, releasing your emotions to somebody or something, I don't know, maybe you write poems or you like make songs or something. By you releasing that energy, it will allow you to not be so reactive and so explosive because you've already processed through those things. Also, if your girl calls you a bitch for crying, you're with the wrong one. Women want to be nurturers. We want to know what's going on. We want to know how we can help you. So by you crying sometimes or opening up to us, like, allows us to know what things you're struggling with and then help support you through them instead of bringing you down. I know there's this huge movement right now where it's like masculinity is the lowest it has ever been. And as much as I agree with that, it's also important for men to feel safe in their homes and in their relationships. And you crying does not make you less masculine. In my opinion, it would kind of make you stronger because like you acknowledge what crying and what that release of energy like does for you and helps you be stronger as a person over time. Number 9 is try something new together. So this is one of my favorite ones. It's kind of putting you and your partner or your girlfriend in a situation where like you're both excited, you're both, you know, having some new emotions, and it will allow you both to be vulnerable with each other. As maybe you're excited, you're nervous, you're just experiencing new emotions together, and it's also like a really good option to just make new memories and make positive memories with each other. Number 10 is meditate and give yourself time to just clear your head, get out of your ego, see things from a bigger point of view, and get out of your chest. Bro, I need you to get out of your chest. Not everything needs to be personal. Not everything needs to be a problem. Not everything needs to have a reaction, right? Meditating allows you to just slow down, process what you're feeling, you know, like think about it, you know, like see it from a bunch of other perspectives and then decide what you're going to do. Meditation also relieves anxiety. It also lowers stress levels, which all contribute to, you know, people being more aggressive, more hard. So that will definitely help you become more vulnerable as you are more comfortable exploring yourself, how you feel, what you think, and then accepting the things that are going on inside your head are going to translate into your relationships and allow you to be more vulnerable and more comfortable speaking on them once you've accepted them and thought about them. All right, so those are my 10 tips. Like I said, this is not to come at men. This is from a place of understanding that sometimes they need some extra support on how to speak, how to be vulnerable, because it's so shunned and frowned upon in our society. But that is all. Thank y'all for watching. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you guys again, and I will catch y'all next time.